Howdy. How are you fluff muffins doing? I'm in a weird mood, and it's one of those days where there's not much energy to go around. It's just kind of existing. So I figured kind of an experiment. Let's see what happens when you start a stream in this condition at this time. What will happen? A zero effort stream. I'm not even using my proper microphone. And you know what pisses me off about that? This damn thing, this integrated microphone on a headset, sounds almost as good as the high quality, expensive microphone that I use. Just because it's close enough to the mouth. It kind of compensates. Yeah, it's actually pretty decent audio quality. At least I think so. Kind of offensive, isn't it? Like, why even bother spending money on an expensive microphone when you can just use a damn headset? Huh? Yes, we are chilling. I don't expect much to go on here. Don't expect a lot of people to come rolling in, and you better not expect anything intelligent, insightful, super entertaining, super high quality. No, don't. Blargity just posted the live video on the Discord. Just no, I didn't even want to post it because this is gonna be shit. It's like inflicting this on patrons seems more of a punishment than bonus content. But I don't really know how to put that. As a creator, sometimes it feels good to just shed all the fucks. Because there's usually plenty of fucks going on. There's high expectations. You have thousands of people watching you, like keeping tabs on you all the time, looking for any kinds of fuck ups you might be doing, always eager to jump on you to criticize you for every little thing, and you're always trying to put out better stuff than you have before, and all of that. So it wears on you. It wears you down over time. So sometimes it's good to just throw off the mantle of performance and just be like, fuck you. I'm just existing. If you want to listen to me ramble while I'll just exist, then be my guest, but nobody forces you and you have no right to complain. But it feels good to occasionally just say, fuck it. You know? That's what I'm doing right now. Yes, the field of fucks is barren. That's how you feel too, Nayot? Yeah. Let's just take a moment to exist. Because sometimes that's fine. It's fine. You don't always need to perform at 100%. You don't always have to be better than everyone else and better than before and better than whatever. Sometimes it's okay to just make it through a day. Especially if you're dealing with shit like depression, anxiety, stuff like that. Sometimes you just gotta realize that it's okay to just be. Just be in the now and just don't care. You know? That's all I got. That's all I got right now. That's fine. And sometimes you can do nothing deliberately, you know? And you can actually get more out of it if you, I don't know, deliberately take some time to just sit there and just be like, okay, I'm just here. I'm not getting distracted by a bunch of bullshit, by a bunch of politics or whatever garbage that the internet is throwing at you. Nothing like that. Just be there and just like, yeah, that's okay. Hmm. Cats following you around. Yeah, that's a way to get into a better mood. Um, I don't even have the chat window on there right now, just because I don't give a shit. If super chats come in, I should still read them out, I suppose, but I don't even feel like setting anything up. Because I'm on the wrong side, if you've noticed. Normally the camera is on the other side, and I have the boxes all set up on this side. So they would cover my amazing face. So amazing. And I don't even feel like just moving them over there. Fuck it. Who cares? You know? How have you been existing today? Well, um, passably, I suppose. The suffering has not been unduly severe. Just kind of meh, whatever. A whatever kind of day. Can always be worse. Your beard could be gone. No. Mm-mm. If the beard was gone, I would be gone. So there would be no me to mourn the loss, because my existence would have been eradicated. The obliteration of self, because no beard. Too hot here? Uh-oh, are you in Europe? The heat wave? Muffins or cupcakes? Cupcakes. But donuts. Donuts beat both. Yes, be one with the beard. That's the way to be. I am a talking beard. You found my channel looking for beard stuff? Okay. I guess that's kind of disappointing, because I did that one. No, wait, I did 2 beard related videos and that's it. So, but I guess you stayed for something. Cake, ice cream, or ice cream cake? Yes. 5 Fox to give for a crap live stream. Well, thank you, Lemon. Take care, Skull. Hope you one day you do a video talking about great swords and their pros and cons. What, I haven't yet? I'm surprised. I thought I had. Well, maybe I guess I didn't. I've made so many videos, I don't even know anymore. I don't even know how many. I think I'm over am I over 1,000? I don't even know. Millions and millions of videos. Yes, yes, I'm a beard parasite. Nope, the move is planned for September. Do you have drink for relaxing? I have water. A relaxingly flavorless drink. In my big ass glass. Not a lot of water left, but who gives a fuck? That's a drawback of this. Clunk. Starting to grow a beard. It's itchy. Use beard oil. It's just the initial phase. You get over it, and applying oil to it helps a lot because all that's happening is your skin is drying out because the beard hairs kind of draw the oils away from the skin, and yeah, just apply it and you'll be fine. Over time, it doesn't itch or it gets long enough, and I mean if you take care of it. I use conditioner, I use beard oils and balms and all kinds of shit, you know. I never have any problems with it. Thank you, Antipop. $10 for a bit of gas to Halifax. Appreciated. I'll be going through a lot of gas, I fear. It's a long trip. Lots of burning up dinosaur bones and shit. You know? I live in France, but I survived the heat wave. My house has 1 meter thick walls made of volcanic rock. I hope it was already volcanic rock before the heat wave. I hope you're not saying that your house was covered in volcanic rock as a result of the heat wave. Just everything melting and flowing your way, covering your house. What's your dream car? I don't really give much of a crap about cars. I'm not a car guy. I really don't care. I do like, I mean, I would like to get like a self-driving Tesla or something. That would be kind of cool. Just to kind of chill and let the thing take care of everything because I trust AI a whole lot more than I do people, including myself. So, you know, that'd be kind of cool. But otherwise, there's some really cool motorcycles, but cars, I don't know, whatever. Oh yeah, they're expensive, for sure. They are very expensive. Well, yeah, self-driving cars are still kind of in the test phase, aren't they? It's like still ironing out the kinks and improving things and testing over and over again. And they have to because people are super paranoid about self-driving cars. Like every time there is an accident involving a self-driving car, people are like, oh no! Like in the same time period, how often do human beings fuck up? In the same time? I mean, way more often. So it seems like they're getting there. I think self-driving cars, they probably are already better than human drivers. Yeah, exactly. A lot of the times the accidents are actually caused by other humans. Either other human drivers or sometimes the person that's present in the self-driving car takes over to correct something and they fuck it up. You know, correct. Yeah, exactly. Self-driving cars just have to be better than humans. It's not a high bar to beat. Exactly. Humans are garbage. Robots don't even have to try hard. Don't even really have to try. Yeah, yeah, I agree. The primary kink is people's paranoia. That's true. And there have been cases where people attacked self-driving cars. What a bunch of shaved apes. A lot of people won't give up on being able to drive. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to enforce that. It would technically be best if every car was piloted by an AI, because then everything would work so much more efficiently. But you can't exactly ban driving, you know. People will always want to drive, at the very least recreationally, and they should be able to. But yeah, someone's going to find a way to prank the AI into thinking it should do something when it shouldn't. You mean hackers? I mean, they can always mess with things, I suppose, but yeah. Driving isn't the right. Yeah, sure, it's not, but I do think people should have the ability to, if they so desire. Did you like the Tachi better than other Japanese blades? Yeah, compared to others that I've tried so far, definitely better. More up my alley. AI researcher here. There's nuance that needs to be worked out. Certain weather and certain terrain conditions, specific traffic conditions, things like that. But progress is being made. Yeah, I mean, progress is always being made, really, technologically at least. Socially, culturally, politically, that's a different story. Once people reach 65, they should have to retake a driving test every few years. I can agree with that. How come streams are becoming more common? What streams? Where? On this channel? In general? On YouTube? Also, are they? Not really. I've just relocated the streams from the main channel to this channel. YouTube in general? I don't know. In some cases, might be creators trying to compensate for the shitty ad revenue, and live streams bring in some super chats more for some people than for others. So that could be a reason, or different reasons. I don't know. Don't really know. Have you seen that people had their streaming functions taken away by YouTube for like 90 days or whatever because they made streams about the political debates in the US? Yeah. Apparently, only corporate news are allowed to cover that. Because money, money, money. I think a lot of decisions that have been made on well, not just YouTube, but a lot of other social media, a lot of other things. Everybody always jumps to the conclusion immediately that every decision is gonna be like ideological, but a lot of the time it's capitalism at work. It's corporations. I mean, the original apocalypse started literally because of advertisers just being like, nope, we don't want to show our shit in front of those videos because, if it's controversial, it might cost us money, basically. It's a lot of the time, it's just all about the money. And in that case, it may very well be because corporate news media want to have a monopoly on covering shit like that, on covering things that are important to people. So if somebody else makes a video about that and shows the footage, then they're like, wait a moment, they're diverting viewers away from us. Can't have that. YouTube, you block that right now or we withdraw all funds. So stupid, but that's how it is. That's how it is. Yeah, corporations suck. I agree. Yeah, guess people are bored of mainstream media. I mean, I would hope so, because mainstream media is garbage. YouTube Premium, I mean, it helps to an extent. Supports, gives some support to all content creators equally and gets rid of ads. So yeah, I mean, definitely got some upsides. How's the here? It's 36 degrees Celsius where you are. That sucks. I'd be dying. Over here, it's like I don't know, 20. Nice and mild right now. Yeah, I'm actually sitting for this one. I didn't give enough of a fuck to even stand for this stream. That's just the kind of day that it is. No motivation, no energy, no inspiration, and no fucks given. That's a good thing. It happens. 35 degrees. Disgusting. Game Grumps decided they had to stop cussing because YouTube was demonetizing them too much. Yeah. Yep. That's a bunch of bullshit. I think you can be allowed not to give a fuck at least on a Saturday. Well, it is a little exceptional because often Saturday for me is catch-up day where I try to finish everything that I haven't managed to get done during the week. And then Sunday is basically the start of the next week. It's like I don't always have a weekend, but today I figured, I tried. I did some editing. I tried to be productive, and I just noticed that no, I'm just messing it up. I'm just not really there, you know, bad mind space or whatever. Sometimes you just got to realize that you're not being productive, and if you force it, you're just going to mess it up and you're going to create more work for you later. And so instead, you should just be like, okay, whatever, just try to recuperate. 37.6 Celsius in the north of France. That's insane. Man. Productivity, what's that? Yeah, I know, right? When you live in 30 plus weather, you learn the best way to handle it to be silently miserable instead of externally. That already requires a lot of energy, doesn't it? People are expected to just sit there or, be present at work in general. Just be there just to clock their time. And there's been so many studies showing that there's a limited time period during which you can actually be at full efficiency. After that, it drops off, and you start to do things at a fraction of your productivity, and there isn't too much you can do about it. It's just the human mind, the brain just works in a certain way. So, especially to be sitting in an office for 8 hours is insanity. It's just people just spend only a fraction of that actually at full productivity. It would be much smarter to do 4 hours or 5 or whatever at high efficiency instead of just dragging your ass through 8, 9, or even 10 hours. It's completely ridiculous. It's just a pure time waste. And you're just expected to basically sell part of your life, you know? That's a situation that a lot of people are in, especially those who work like 60 plus hours a week. It's pure insanity. That's not productivity. It's just going to lead to burnout. It's going to lead to mistakes being made that then you have to spend more time on fixing them, and it's just there's so much wrong. Don't even get me started. Let's see, what does Lemon say? My older brother scared me. He changes our Wi-Fi name to FBI surveillance van. What, you bought that for a moment? I mean, that's pretty mischievous either way. Yeah, 65 plus hours a week as a heavy equipment operator. No life to speak of. And that's it should be unacceptable. That should never be okay. I mean, you should never have to live to work. Like you gotta work to live, okay, but it should never be just life dedicated, sacrificed on the altar of a misguided, stupid, you know. I was gonna say work ethic, but that's not even it. It's just work propaganda almost. That's not how you're productive. That's not how you really get shit done, you know? And it's definitely not how to live. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If all it is just wake up, work, 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 sleep, with a little bit of eating in between, that's not life. That's just not life. Yeah, Protestant work ethic indeed. And the thing is, it's really hard to get away from that. I mean, as somebody who's self-employed, I know that it's really hard to get away from this constant nagging voice in your head. It's like, shouldn't you be working right now? Like, yeah, it's Saturday or it's Sunday or whatever, but shouldn't you be working right now? Like, if you did some more now, you would be earning some more money. Shouldn't you be doing that? Like, always this nagging voice in your head, and sometimes you just gotta force yourself to stop and just be like, no, no, I need to take some time off and just take it easy and not do anything because otherwise I'll just, you drive yourself into the ground and burn out, and then yeah, your work suffers anyway, ultimately. But when there's always the dangling carrot of, well, you could be earning some more dough if you just worked a bit more. Yeah, it's hard to get away from. Yeah. Yep, that's the promise. The harder you work, the better off you will be. But in a lot of jobs, that's not at all the case. Especially like at the very least, there's going to be diminishing returns where you sell off more and more of your life and just get more and more messed up for less and less really return. It's the rat race, the hamster wheel. That's the problem. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like hard work, like some of the hardest working people are just in a really shitty position where they can't afford any more than maybe a shitty trailer somewhere or like a cramped rental apartment in a crappy neighborhood or whatever, uh, because it's just system's rigged. If you want to make big money, you got to have money to begin with. You know, I mean, it just astounds me that people were actually defending Trump's little small loan of $1 million, and people were just defending that like, yeah, yeah, but that's businessman, and he needs that and blah this and blah that, and you work so hard, blah this. Really? Who gives the Starbucks employee $1 million? Like, even as a loan. If people say, yeah, but you have to pay it back. Who gets that? Who gets to start a business with $1 million? Like that sort of privilege is unheard of for the 95% of the population. And people are just like, oh yeah, that's good. That's the way it should be. Are you serious? And it's always this, people defend that kind of shit because they have this delusional hope that eventually, if they struggle hard enough, if they make enough sacrifices, eventually they will be among those people. They will be one of the rich, you know, dishwasher to millionaire delusion, that kind of thing. Ain't happening, guys. The money stays where it's at. Yeah, I agree. I would rather we not talk about Donald Trump. Yeah, it's not a pleasant topic in general because it's a frustrating topic. It's a painful topic for a lot of people, and it's also easy to go off the other deep end where you just start blaming everything bad in the world on rich people and all rich people, which of course is bullshit too. It's just there's a lot of issues in society and economy and everything. Human experience. The human experience is fundamentally flawed. Well, of course, yeah, of course, it's not just Trump. That's a general, yeah, political leaders, corporate leaders, all of that. That's a general thing. But yeah, it's always way too easy for me to start ranting about all the bad things, everything that's wrong. Such a pessimist. I consider myself to be a realist, although at the same time I realize that nobody is a true realist because we're all biased. We're all full of shit, you know. Opinion on weapons in the Doom games. What's my opinion? They're pretty badass. I don't really have a very nuanced opinion on them. Oh, I can imagine that. Ever since I started working at a call center for customer service, I became a hell of a lot more cynical. Yeah, I mean, I also, during the time I had to work customer service in retail, yeah, you lose faith in humanity very quickly. It doesn't matter what little you start out with, you will lose more. If you if you work with people enough, you will lose whatever little remains you might have of faith, for sure. Yeah, yeah, you can go from dishwasher to millionaire. You can also win the lottery. Yeah, like I say, it's about similar odds. You can, yes, yes, of course you can. Where would you say you are on the old political spectrum? You'll probably lose a lot of fans with either answer, though. Yeah, I simply don't answer because it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how thoroughly you explain your position. People are going to be like, oh, I can't believe you're one of them. And then they jump to all kinds of conclusions, bullshit conclusions about what you supposedly believe in. No, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth using any kind of label because it just leads to bickering and bullshit and, you know, it is what it is. Cashier at Staples for 6 months. I can't imagine that it was not a very enjoyable experience. Yeah, I can imagine. Best historically accurate video game, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Yes. No answer. Hey, wait. No, no, don't delete that. That was perfectly fine. That was perfectly good sarcasm. That's good. I like that. Um, don't mind me. I was just talking to a mod there. Got a little got a little trick quick on the trigger pull there. The customer mentality. Yeah, I'm always right, and if I complain enough, I'll get my way. Yeah, it's no, don't worry, it wasn't deleted. I just made sure that it was actually shown. Sometimes it's easy to when you read a comment, sometimes it's easy to misread it or just kind of skim over and be like, uh, that's garbage. Like, you know, sometimes when you read it quickly, you don't catch the sarcasm or whatever. Humans make mistakes. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. I'd say when in doubt, don't touch it. You know, I do like to keep moderation fairly limited. I say fairly because I've definitely gotten a lot more eager to ban than I used to be. Because there are certain people on the internet that are not worth it. What I mean is, if somebody starts shit like, what would be a good example? Right, yeah. On the review of the Tachi, somebody just started something about how I'm, racist against the Japanese and whatever for not liking, supposedly not liking Japanese swords and all that. That's the kind of garbage that's just a total waste of time. And the thing is, if they're being serious about it, they're obviously irrational and just out of their fucking mind, as far as I'm concerned, quite frankly. Uh, if they're trolling, then they're wasting everybody's time. You know, that's trolls are like syphilis. Sometimes you can get it while having fun, but it's not something you want to keep. It's not something worthwhile. And it can be hard to get rid of. You know what I mean? And trolling has about the same value to me as syphilis and other STDs. No, I'm not calling anybody who's present here right now a troll. Don't worry. I'm always talking about that type of person. And when I see shit like that, it doesn't matter if they're being serious or if they're trolling. That's a ban, because it's it's a waste of time. It's just there to get reactions out of people, and anyone who does that needs to ask themselves why they don't have a life, or why their life is so miserable that they need to get a reaction out of people to make themselves feel better. Either way, they're not welcome. So, yeah. And that's the kind of stuff that I used to leave as kind of like, well, free speech and everything. And now I'm like, no, I'm not the government. I'm not the government. I don't censor, but this is up, you know, my corner of the internet, if you will. This is a space that I manage. So people are basically guests there. And if somebody comes to your place and starts to spray paint your fence, then you're also going to kick them off, right? It's not the greatest analogy, but I hope you get what I mean. Yes, and that's also what I have mods for. Okay, there were actually a few super chats. One from Larry. Do you play any musical instruments? What instrument would you like to learn? I don't. I'm musically illiterate, as I tend to say. I can't play anything. I can't read musical notes or anything. I can't even really review music. All I can tell you is I like it or I don't. That's it. Whoa. There's a very generous super chat from the Canadian bastard. Thank you very much. That's awesome. That is very generous. For all the demonetized videos I've watched, here you go. Awesome, bro. That is highly appreciated. Thank you very much. You rock. You bastard. Opinions on a new Tinker Pierce custom line. Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I guess I've missed something. So, I don't know, sorry. But sounds like something that I should look into. Trolling is best when it's deliberate for humor and it's not antagonistic. I don't consider that trolling then. Like the benign form of trolling is just humor. It's just joking. Or you know, pulling someone's leg, things like that. I think this may just be my definition, but to me, trolling always has this toxic aspect to it. To me, trolling is always something that a sweaty neckbeard in his mom's basement does, you know? Trolls are losers. Now, again, that's my definition. I've heard other definitions where, people think that like professional trolls are just, it's like a form of comedian. It's a different definition. I don't see it that way. But of course, there's no official, well-established dictionary definition of trolling, as far as I know. So, yeah, it's up to personal interpretation. I mean, dad jokes are almost trolling. I mean, it's like it's a deliberate attack on people's sanity sometimes. Because really, the only reason to make dad jokes is to hear that groan and see the eye roll. It's like to inflict almost physical pain on people and relish in that. Am I right? That's how I do it sometimes when I do dad jokes. Gotta admit that. And that's definitely how Eric does it. Just to inflict that mental suffering on people and watch the reaction. That's why he does it. Right, Scott? If you're still here, you know what I'm talking about. Eric's puns. Plan to do a vlog while making a cross-country move? Probably. I mean, it would be a shame to not record anything. To me, all trolling is annoying and rude by definition, but some things are close without crossing the line and are funny. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Worst puns are the best. Yeah, I mean, as I said, sometimes there's a pun that's just so bad that you just gotta say it just to get the reaction, just to get the cringe going. Flaming, yeah, that's an old term. I don't think that's used anymore on the internet. At least I haven't seen it in a long time. Flame wars and stuff. That's kind of a 2000s thing, isn't it? The odds. The double odds. Love your work. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, and I will do. This is not the kind of work that you're talking about. Live streams are often just kind of random, no effort bullshit. Just for the heck of it. I mean, not always. Sometimes I do actually try to make them as entertaining as possible. But today I'm just doing it just because I feel like it and wanted to see how it would turn out when I'm in this weird mood. you know. You do not play MOBAs, do you? No. No, I don't. Trolling is bullying. It can be. Oh, thank you, John. Here, since I haven't been able to send something in a while, speaking of puns, I see I have a wrench by my name. I guess you really threw a wrench into my chat life. Yes. Yes, I did. And now you have a monkey wrench to throw into somebody else's works, you know? Halt their gears in their tracks or something. No one who called trolling bullying could handle a Modern Warfare 2 lobby. Yeah. I mean, online games in general. How are you feeling? Weird? Kind of unmotivated and out of fucks and all of that. It's just one of those days. One of those weird days. Yep. I only play online with people I enjoy, otherwise I turn off chat or leave. Yeah. Just internet people and gaming with random idiots on the internet. No thanks. I don't do that. I mean, I'm not really a multiplayer fan in general, but certain games absolutely you can have a lot of fun with friends. Sir Uber Super Sloth says unmotivated. I get that feeling my username isn't just because I like sloths. Yeah. That's an honest name. I can appreciate that. Just realized how pale you are. Only just? It took you a long time, huh? The sun eats my flesh. I cannot expose my skin to the sun without, well, literally getting second-degree burns. It's happened before. This almost works like a rocking chair. Except it's squeaky. I still get a grease this sucker up. That's gotta be annoying. Indeed. Loop that bitch. Oh yeah, I will. I'm a werewolf? How about a were-vampire? Would that be cool? Like you're a human, but then sometimes you turn into a vampire? A werepire or something. Yes. A were-manticore? Well then. A were-rabbit. Uh-oh. I remember the one time I did a live stream and the chat was just going crazy with it. It was just where everything. Yeah, it's already starting. Where a blobfish, where a kitten. Everybody was just making suggestions for where something and just trying to come up with the most ridiculous things. And there were lots of crazy suggestions. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, some vampires can turn into wolves, yeah. Alucard does in Symphony of the Night. Squeak, squeak. Of where am I? Yeah, that's the level of cringe dad joke that we were talking about earlier. Where unicorn? Off to watch some X-Files, huh? Okay then. It's been a long time, huh? Okay, where koala would be pretty damn adorable, I think. Where emu? There you go. Doesn't get worse than that. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I said one of those days. Koalas have been declared functionally extinct? Oh, wasn't aware of that. That's sad. A lot of things have been dying. You gotta be a weremuffin. No, I'm confused. That's a common occurrence, especially on these. Did you really ask if emus are capable of eradicating humanity? Shh. You're not supposed to talk about that. Huh. Okay, you have kind of a point there. Narcoleptic is a were sleeper. Hmm. I'm not sure I can argue with that. That's pretty good, actually. Me just rolling into the chat, wonder what's going on here. Skull, we're muffin. Yes, that is very representative of what these streams are. It's just you come in, you're like, what the fuck? What even is going on? That's how I like it. That's kind of the purpose of these streams. Like if you dare, if you have the balls to mess with the live stream of the skull and you enter, you better be ready for your sanity to be shattered at any given moment. And if you dare, you may find some curiosities. And you never know what you're getting yourself into. That's the point. That's how I like it. You never know where I suddenly accidentally hit The button that triggers every single meme I have set up at once. And it's a giant clusterfuck of brain... Probably shouldn't say the R word. Brain murder. Oh, YouTube. Is there any game you think you should like but you don't? Oh yeah, plenty. There are a lot of games that everyone says are awesome, or not everyone, but that are very high rated and well received, and then I play them, I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess this is good, but it doesn't get me, it doesn't pull me in, and I just play for a bit, and I'm like, okay, And that happens a lot, like to the point where I don't even know if I can just name a few because it's a common occurrence. Does that mean I'm a gaming hipster? I hope not. I'm not doing it deliberately. I'm not like, oh, this thing is popular. Well, I gotta wrinkle my nose at it and I can't play it because mainstream. No, so I want to I want to try it. I want to like it, but it doesn't do it for me for some reason, and I can't even explain why. Do you prefer games for the story? No, other way around. To me, it's always gameplay. Gameplay first. Good story is excellent, and it adds a lot, but if the gameplay is shit, then the best story can save it. And if the story is shit, then excellent gameplay can absolutely make up for it. So, yeah, that's how I see it. Bro. This is 100% the reason I didn't like Witcher 3. Amazing story, but shit gameplay. Actually, that isn't an example. I tried to get into it. I tried twice so far, and I didn't mind the gameplay. I don't know what your problem with it is, but I didn't mind it. But still, it didn't captivate me. I was just playing it. I was like, yeah, okay, can we? Oh, this is another thing. It actually annoys me when there's too much story in the beginning. Where it's just like, okay, so you watch the long ass cutscene in the beginning. Then you watch an in-game cutscene. Characters blah 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 blah. You can't do anything. 15 minutes later, you're still sitting there. The characters still go blah 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 blah. You can't play it. Then finally you can play. You move the character for you make him take 10 steps, blah, 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 blah. It's like, can I play the fucking game? I didn't sign up to watch a movie. I want to play the game. If the game takes half an hour until you're actually finally able to do some inputs and control the character and do your thing, it'll probably lose me. Because it's too much. Isn't that shit gameplay? I mean, yeah, well, it's not shit gameplay, it's too little gameplay. That's what I would say. It's just not enough of it. I don't know if the gameplay is good or bad if they don't let me play, No, visual novel. To me, a visual novel is barely a game. I mean, it is, but it doesn't really meet my personal criteria for a game. I would not call it a game. I don't insist that it cannot possibly meet the official definition of game, but to me it's not. I would never do that. Unless I approached it with the mindset of I'm watching a movie that I can influence. That's different, I guess. Yeah, choose your own adventure storybook with that's basically it. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're into that, it's perfectly fine. It's just not for me. Or maybe I just haven't found a visual novel with like a story that would really captivate me. I don't know. Self-defense against thrown weapons. Dodge and run. It's actually not super hard to dodge thrown weapons. Basically, you know, as soon as you see the arm come forward, dodge. Because they can't exactly adjust the flight, the path in mid-flight. Yeah, just to let you know, Dylan, that kind of troll question is not welcome here. Time out. It doesn't matter if it's meant as a joke or whatever, it's just that kind of thing is just a time waste and just bullshit. And it's not fair to everyone else in the chat who's saying more meaningful things. What if they have shit aim and they would have missed if you didn't dodge into it? Yeah, that's unfortunate if that happens. Did you ever go to Viking markets in Scandinavia? Hmm. Yeah, I do remember some events. It's been a while. It's been quite a few years. Okay, so you like I I've only played the first Dragon Age. I don't think all the way through. It's been a little bit too. It's the most effective thrown weapon. That's depends a lot on the situation. A throwing spear is very effective. So is a throwing axe, especially if you have one of those with multiple points. Like you have a point on the top, and you have a spike on the back, and then you have the blade that sticks with just about any end. Like the hurl bat that I reviewed, that's very effective. But spear is kind of one of the most. It's a very simple. It's a straightforward, easy thing to use generally, but very effective. Any thoughts on the Cold Steel Sword Shetty series? Do you mean like the two-handed? What was it called? Was it just two-handed machete? And Bowie machete and katana machete and all that. I've seen some of them in a store where I used to work, and it's the stuff they had in stock. Oh man, that quality control or lack thereof that Cold Steel has or used to have or whatever, like some seriously messed up pieces and really shitty shape and no real edge on it, and I've seen some bad examples. I don't know if they're all like that, but the ones I've seen were, well, cheap. And to be fair, they are very cheap, so I guess you get what you pay for, huh? Um, let's see. Going to ask once more in case you missed it. I probably did because I don't think I've seen the first one. Since you've seen some anime before, are you going to be watching Vinland Saga? Oh yeah, somebody mentioned that there's going to be an anime of it. I don't know. I heard good things about it, about the manga. Um, but maybe I will. Whenever I have more time, I might look into it. Yeah. PayPal. Do you have any suggestions for fixing a sword with a loose scabbard? When I tilt the sword, it just slides out. Is it possible to fix, or do I just have to get a new scabbard made for it? There is a very simple, quick and dirty kind of fix. If you just take hockey tape, should work pretty well. Like you just take some strips of hockey tape and just put it on the inside of the scabbard, like at the mouth of the scabbard, and maybe take like a knife or something to press it down and smooth it out on the inside, just so you build up a little more material on the inside, and you can tape one on the outside to make sure that it doesn't come loose. Um, or depending on the scabbard, you don't actually have to go over the top or over the edge. I mean, you can just put it just on the inside, because a lot of scabbards have like a metal fitting at the mouth. So you just put the tape on the inside and you just layer it until you got the right kind of thickness. You could. Only a Canadian has hockey tape readily available. Come on, it's good for a lot of things. Um, you can use other tape too. I mean, you can use Gorilla Tape because that shouldn't come off easy. Or you can glue in fabric if you want. Just smear some super glue or epoxy or some kind of glue that'll hold well on the inside of the scabbard, and just put some little strips of canvas or even just a torn up t-shirt, something like that. Put that on the inside, make sure it saturates the fabric and smooth it out. That would be the better solution. Like the tape would just be the quick and dirty and easy. Um, Gluing cloth would be a little better, more durable. That should do it. But you don't have hockey tape? Come on. Oh, do you call it something else? It's fabric tape, basically. Maybe you call it something else? I don't know. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. And thank you. If I didn't already say that. Damn it. Why am I craving cake right now? The kind of moist cake with molten chocolate inside? Mmm. I don't know where that came from suddenly, but there it is. Moist. Wasn't it like lava cake? Have you ever had lava cake? That's a kind of like a kind of spongy, moist chocolate cake with molten liquid chocolate inside. Oh man, so fucking delicious. Yeah, or molten cake. Yeah, it may have different names, but yeah, that's. I would pummel someone for that right now. Did you see my beard question? I did not. Oh, I remember you asked about beard earlier. Was it you? Talked about growing a beard, and I recommended beard oil. Uh, balm isn't working. Hmm. Okay. You have this part in the middle that won't go away. Not sure what you mean. So is there part of your beard that's just being unruly? Is that it? You're making 80 people crave cake, yeah, probably. Now you want cake too, yeah. Lava cake. Mmm. Oh yeah. Almost makes me want to order some. Where your chin is, it splits into a fork naturally. I mean, that can be kind of cool. You can work with that. But if you want to get rid of it, so one thing that you can do is after you shower, after you've washed and conditioned your beard, as you like you, I don't know how long it is, but I'm assuming if you got the split going on, you have a certain length. So pull it straight, shape it the way you want, like hold it in place basically in the shape you want, and then blow dry it. So just use a hair dryer, just get that to dry in the shape that you want as it's wet. That should make it behave, even if it's very unruly. My beard used to be like kind of Cthulhu-esque, where it just wants to stand off in all kinds of directions. And then I discovered that if you actually blow dry it when it's dry, right after showering, while you hold it in position, it generally stays that way. And then afterwards, you can apply whatever product you like, be it beard balm or beard butter or oil or whatevs. If that if that still doesn't do it, then mustache wax may work because that's really hard stuff. If that doesn't keep it in place, then you just have a natural devil's beard, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you tried that? Just blow dry it after showering when it's wet. That might work for you. Yes, I am talking about beards. Apple seed edge or hollow grind edge. Depends on the purpose. Application is very important here. Uh, razor, clearly hollow grind. Knife for light cutting purposes, hollow grind. Um, chopping blade, apple seed. Thrusting blade, hollow grind. Or diamond, cross section. Yeah, I know. It didn't occur to me either to blow dry the beard, but it helps. That does it. Rocking chair. I don't need a rocking chair. I have this. It works. It's just squeaky right now because I gotta loop the hell out of it. Best edge for tatami and practice cutting. You can do a lot of things, but apple seed is pretty good for that, or just flat grind. That works too. The important thing is really you need a nice gradual bevel. The worst thing you can have is just the kind of cheapo grind that you have on a lot of swords, where it's like, flat, the flat little blade, just straight, and then at the end, just you get this really rough, very steep ground angle, like massive secondary bevel, and just that's garbage. That's always terrible. The better it's, the more gradually it tapers, the better. Anyway, I think that's about it for right now. So let's leave it at that. Thanks for hanging out on this very nonsensical no fuck stream. I hope it wasn't too boring. I mean, you stuck around and nobody forced you, so I guess it was okay. And thank you for the super chats and everything else. Have a good weekend. I'll see you next time, guys. And remember not to give too many fucks. It's not good for your health.